Today we have the pleasure to host Luke from CHAKRA chain, a Bitcoin restaking protocol that uses ZK Starks, and hence it also interacts with Starknet.
A little bit about how we kind of start. So before this, we've done a lot of kind of crossovers with Starknet ecosystem around, mostly around the Madara stack. So things like consensus and also parallelism. Those are things that we work with the Starknet ecosystem on. And by the way, like by default, like Starkware or Starknet ecosystem is on Ethereum, right? So it's not like we were always like keeping a super close eye on Bitcoin. Conclusion is like users are very heavily compelled by BTC today. And so, yeah, that's when we kind of started exploring, how can we essentially use technology stacks that have been built to, serve this ecosystem better. Yeah. What we try to do, touching a little bit on the like L2 and whatnot, is that a lot of people try to build L2s, but the problem becomes, how do I connect with BTC, right? So essentially, how to settle with BTC, that's like a pain point, and we try to solve that. That involves like different capacities. One is like staking, restaking, which is something I guess we talk a decent amount towards the community. The other does also involve a good amount of multi-sigs. So anything pre-OPCAT, a lot of the functionalities that you want in BTC still has to rely on multi-sigs, for better or for worse. Like the good part is you can build applications and users can benefit. The bad part is multi-sigs aren't exactly the most trustless of technologies, right? Exactly. And so that's generally kind of the landscape. And so we're helping out, I would say. So like anybody who wants to build L2s or whatnot, we try to abstract away that complexity, whether it's like the staking, restaking, or the multi-sigs and the different custodians you have to work with to make that happen. So in essence, we try to help people settle with BTC. But short term, we do actually have one release of Cairo. So it's built on the Madara stack. It's running Cairo. It's like the first reference chain, because like there's just like all kinds of BTC L2s out there. Some are more standardized, others are like very, very special. And so, we decided to also like release this reference implementation. It's like, it's very nicely built using pretty standard and interoperable technologies, at least for like these execution chains today. Like Madara, it runs the Cairo VM stack. So for ZK and whatnot, and together with like the rest of Starknet, there's like very strong interoperability with technologies. And then also, of course, the Madara stack itself, it's built on Substrate, so it's relatively easy to like participate and extend.
Very well. And for example, how can you bridge value from Bitcoin into Starknet in a safe and fast way?
Yeah, that's a great question. So like two capacities. I mean, one, even like before we connect with Starknet mainnet, just for like the Cairo reference implementation of the Madara chain that kind of interacts with BTC, that we feel can help developers essentially build these Cairo-driven BTC economies, right, on top of a Madara chain for like the short term. But that's kind of stage one. So helping Cairo developers have an extra place to play with, and then also like serve users around. That's one. Second, later on, kind of long term, what we're really excited about is us having built out a more solid middleware chain, and then have like Starknet mainnet applications be able to take advantage of like stake BTC value, whether it's like a DeFi protocol or not. And so that's kind of long term what we're really excited about.